What's going on, everybody? My name is Trevor Wicken, creator and founder of the Rise Movement System. I'm super excited to be partnering up with the Medical Fitness Network, Fitness Learning Systems, and the Alzheimer's Research and Prevention Foundation to bring you this weekly video series on how to use medically based exercise to help manage the symptoms of Alzheimer's. Now, I've been working with the Alzheimer's community for about a decade now, and I've met some really cool people, and I've been witness to the power that exercise has to improve the function of the Alzheimer's client, to preserve the strength and flexibility and the mobility of the Alzheimer's client. And what the really cool part is that I've seen exercise literally start to boost the memory and boost that cognitive presence and ability of the Alzheimer's client. And so it's super cool that we get to bring this video to you and have you learn how to exercise with your Alzheimer's clients. Now, what I'm going to be doing is every single week I'm going to be giving you a new exercise or a new couple exercises that you can use with your Alzheimer's clients. I'm going to start from kind of basic level, ground level stuff, and then as we progress, we'll work more into the advanced things. So I'm going to get you started. The very first thing we're going to talk about is a neurological warm-up, because we need to connect that person's brain back in with that body and get them connected back in with their body, their presence, their experience, and their connection with you. So let's get started. So what we're going to start with here is what's called a neuro warm-up. And this is a level 1 warm-up, so it's going to be on the ground. It's meant for people that are just starting with exercise. I don't care if you've had an Alzheimer's person come in and they've been working out for a number of weeks, a number of months, a number of years. It doesn't matter, because I want them completely connecting into their body and not worried so much about balance or anything like that. The floor is a safe place for the brain. The floor is a secure place for the brain, and it's a good thing to do because a lot of people get kind of weird in the morning, meaning like their symptoms kind of flare up in the morning or they may feel a little off. So this is something that I recommend a lot of my neuro clients do just in their beds, or maybe right next to their bed in the morning before they even get up and moving, because it kind of reconnects the brain to the body and gets them up and moving for their day. All right, so let's get rocking. So there's two parts to our nervous system. One is motor and one is sensory. And you've got to kind of hit up both if you really want this to work as properly as possible when working with a neurological client. So the first thing I want to do is actually work on the sensory. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do that through touch. We're going to do that through getting the brain and the person connected into the different areas and the different joints of their body before we actually start to move. So the first thing I want you to do is the client to do is to grab the feet, and you're just going to rub the feet. So you're just going to get yourself grounded. If the people can't feel their feet, and let me tell you how many people have foot problems, and then you throw a neurological condition on top of that, you've got to hit the feet. So what you want to do is just kind of rub the bottom of the feet, squeeze the heels, kind of rub and pull on like each toe. Okay? So you're going to go through and do that gently on both sides. So you can either do it from the bottom or you can do it from the top. Just work on the soles of the feet, kind of rub forward and back, and kind of just rub the top of the toes. Then you're going to move up to the calves. And all you're going to do here is you're just going to go down the inside of the calf and then go down the outside of the calf. Go down the inside of the calf, go down the outside of the calf. Okay, well, I guess posterior tib, anterior tib, peroneals, calf. And then lift the legs up, and you're going to have them just do that on their calf. So you're going to kind of come up the calf, go down the front of the shin, come up the calf, go down the front of the shin, and this gets them connected in to their lower legs. Okay? Then I'm going to have you just forward and back on the thighs. Okay? Lift the legs up, and we're going to go on the hamstrings. Okay? And just have the person connect in. What muscle am I connecting to? And you want them to say back to you, hamstrings, or thighs, or inner thigh. Okay? So you're going to go inner thigh, outer thigh, inner thigh, outer thigh, inner thigh. If you have your client actually tell you what they're working on, then that connects the brain to that muscle, and that instantly creates a new learning pattern, a new neurological pattern. So you want them to go through, all right? So then what I want you to do is you're going to go ahead and lie on your back, and I want them, you're going to rub the booty a little bit, right? So I want them to feel those glutes, okay? So they're just going to kind of circle the hands like this, and I want you just to circle back and forth on the glutes, okay? I want you to circle back or just go up and down on the hip flexors. So up and down this way. Then we're going to move to the upper body. I want you to just slow, deliberate circles in through the diaphragm and the ribs. So you go into the diaphragm, trace down the ribs, go into the diaphragm, trace down the ribs, Then find the pecs, okay? So we want to get those pecs warmed up, front of the shoulder, pecs warmed up, front of the shoulder here, okay? And then what I want you to do is I want them just to roll side to side to kind of feel the back, okay? So we're just going to get that sensation of rolling to get the whole back side of the body. So you just go forward and back, probably 10 times. This shouldn't take more than like 2 to 3 minutes. Then you're going to get the arms. So you can just have them rub the deltoid like this and the tricep. Come down, rub the bicep, forearm, okay? Again, this side, so you're going to go deltoid, bicep, tricep, probably about 10 or so strokes on each. Front of the forearm, back of the forearm, front of the forearm, back of the forearm. Kind of like you're in the shower. You want to think about putting soap on. That's exactly what we're doing here. And then you're going to go to the hands. I want them to work the palms of their hands, okay, for about 10 seconds or so. And then just up each finger, up each finger, up each finger. Okay, pardon me, and you're going to do that on both sides. So you got that whole backside. Then you're going to get in the neck. I just want you to just sweep down the neck like this, okay? Get those deep neck flexors warmed up. Have them start to feel those muscles because they're going to be super important when we actually get moving. And then you're going to kind of just stroke the back of the head. Okay, so kind of like you're doing a scalp wash, just down this way. And finally, we're going to do the face, just nice and easy. Just coming down the face, coming down the jaw, just like this, okay? Kind of get the temples, get the ears, and sensory, we're ready to roll, okay? So then we get into the neurological motor part. So we literally hit everything from toe all the way up to our head, all the way up to our fingertips. And when you do this well, you're going to actually feel your body heat up. Like I can feel my body heat is up right now. Number one, because of the friction of rubbing the skin. Number two, the neurological system is heated up. The fascial planes are heated up. You're ready to rock and roll. All right, so first thing I want them to do is be seated up like this, and I want them to connect in with their feet. So you're going to have their hands to their side, sitting up nice and tall, and these are called gas pedals. So what I'm going to have the client do is push down with one foot, lift up with one foot. Push down with one foot, lift up with one foot. Push down with one foot, lift up with one foot. You're going to do about 20 of those, like 10 to 20 based on the person. And I want you to have your client tell you what foot you're pushing down, right? Push down with the right. Push left. Push right. Push left. Why? Because we're connecting in with the brain. And when you actually have the client do this, I want you to think about pulling up with one foot while pushing down. So pulling up, push down. Pulling up, push down, and cognitively you can even have them advance this and say, pull right, push left, pull left, push right, pull right, push left, pull left, push right. That gets confusing even if you don't have Alzheimer's, but it's a great cognitive skill, okay? So we got those ankles moving nice and that's good, right? So then I want them to lie down, and now we're going to hit the hip flexors and the knee extensors and knee flexors. Can I talk today? I need some more green tea. All right, so you're going to have them start up like this. So this leg is going to extend, this leg is going to flex. So knee extension, knee flexion. So what you're going to tell your client is I want you to push one leg out, and as you do that, pull one leg in. Push one leg out, pull one leg in. Push one leg out, pull one leg in. Push one leg out, pull one leg in. If you want to advance that cognitively, you can say push right, pull left. Boom. Push left, pull right. Boom. Push right, pull left. Boom. Push left, pull right. Boom. And have them go back and forth. Again, probably between 10 and 15 repetitions of that. All right? Now, we're going to get into the hips. So you're going to get into hip extension or hip flexion and hip extension. So one leg is going to be down. One leg is up. What I would recommend is just doing one leg at a time on this drill. So you're going to pull with the right, push with the right. So you're going to pull up, push down. Now, if they have back issues, make sure you're maintaining the abs being pulled in and pull this leg back as far as possible and pelvic tilt backwards, okay? Make sure the small of their back is being pushed into the mat so they don't get lumbar extension. So pull up, push down, pull up, push down, pull up, push down, or if you cognitively, you can say right, pull right, push right. Pull right, push right. So they're connecting in with the areas of their body. Then you switch, pull left, push left. Pull left, push left. What are you doing with your abs, client? I'm pulling my belly button into my spine. Have them connected with their brain. Okay, again, probably 10 to 15 to 20 reps on each leg. Then what I want you to do, you're going to put the legs flat, have them lie flat. Again, tip that pelvis back and just in and out. Let me scoot back a little bit. Okay, so you're going to go external rotation of the hip, internal rotation of the hip. External rotation of the hip, internal rotation of the hip. You can have your client say duck foot, pigeon toe. Duck foot, pigeon toe. So it connects them into with a pattern that they're actually using. Again, make sure they're pulling that belly button down. Okay, if they end up having back pain, just do 1 foot at a time. Okay, all right, so moving up the chain here, we're going to get into a little bit of thoracic spine. So what I want you to do is I'm going to have your body go up first. You're going to bend the knees, put your body flat, one arm up, and all they're going to do is rotate and touch that other hand. Okay? Rotate and touch that other hand. If you want to, try to have them clap, clap, come back up. Maintain those abs, come in, clap, and come up. Belly button soft toward your spine, and come up. You're going to do about 10 of those, and then you're going to switch. Now I'm going to hit the wall here. But that's okay. Their hand wants to be out straight, and you're going to come over and touch. You're going to do that about 10 to 15 times on that side. All right? So that's going to get that rotation aspect of that thoracic spine. Then I'm going to have you come up like this. Hands are up, and all you're going to do is slide. Come back up, and you're going to slide. Come back up. So lateral flexion. Boom. Come back up. Boom. Come back up. Have them pause in the middle and say, I'm bending left. I'm sorry. Bending left, bending right. Bending left, bending right. Okay? So that gets that thoracic spine fired up. Again, you're going to do probably 10 to 20 of those depending on how you're feeling. If someone gets a little bit more advanced, do less reps just because you're going to get onto other exercises. But at the very beginning, 20 repetitions is maybe what it's going to take for them to connect in with that motion. Okay? So now let's go to the shoulders. We're going to go internal, external rotation. One arm is going to go external, one arm is going to go internal. To them, you're going to go pull back right, pull down left. So down, come up, and then switch. Down and come up. So fingertips and fingertips. Every single time, touch the floor if they can. If they drop the wrist a little bit, not that big a deal. So back with the right, down with the left, back with the left, down with the right. So you're just going to have them rotate back and forth. Again, we're working on cross stabilization. Then you're going to do about 20 reps total. Boom. Now you're going to go to extension flexion. So hands are down. I like to keep the knees bent a little bit just because it tips that pelvis back, maintains their abs. Have them go through the checklist and say, I'm pulling my abs down, I'm tipping my pelvis back. So one arm's going to be up, one arm's down, and then you're going to switch. So go ahead and switch, and back, hold, and switch. Back, hold. You're going to do 20 of these. If you want to add the cognitive in, if they're ready for that, say pull left, lift right. Or you can say up with the right, down with the left. Okay? So down with the right, up with the left. Down with the left, up with the right. Down with the right, up with the left. Down with the left, up with the right. And have them focus on those directions. Okay? Do about 20 reps of that. That gets that chest nice and open. And then you're going to move to the neck. So what you're going to do here, you're just going to be this way. Relax those shoulders, and all you're going to do is just rotate to the right, rotate to the left, rotate to the right, rotate to the left. You're going to do that probably about 20 times, and then you're just going to have them breathe about 10 deep breaths, really connecting in with their body. And in for about 3 seconds, out. In for about 2 to 3 seconds. And calm that down. Okay, because what we find in a lot of Alzheimer's is there's a lot of stress related to it. And so at the end of something that's active and vigorous and all that, you want to take a sec with the Alzheimer's client to actually calm their body back down, let them center, let them ground, get them connected back in with their brain. All right? So you just hit 3 components that you super duper need for neurological stuff. You hit the sensory with all the rubbing and all that kind of stuff, all the moving and heating the body up. You hit the motor, which is going joint by joint and just moving those. Obviously, there's other joint motions that we can add into there, but start with the basics and then expand on there. Give them new stuff to do. Challenge their nervous system by working at different joint angles and different joint mobility. And then the third thing is, at the very end, 5 to 10 breaths, and have them focus on breathing. Have them focus on themselves. Have them focus on connecting back in with their brain through that deep meditation, through that deep breathing pattern, and let them just kind of settle and ground themselves within themselves. If they want to meditate, fine. If they have a spirituality, then claim that out and say, connect into that being. Me, I sit here and I pray to God. That's what I do when I breathe, when I do yoga, is I thank Him for this time, for allowing me to actually connect back in with my body. And it's changed my world in the past month. I really started doing that after my workouts, and I'm feeling a lot better. So I hope this helped you guys out. Again, this is a level 1 neuro warm-up for sensory motor and basically stress reduction. That's part of what we teach in a new course that's out from Fitness Learning Systems and the Alzheimer's Research and Prevention Foundation. So at the end of this video, I'm going to put the information up about that. I took it. I'm a programmer on it. It's one of the best certifications that I've ever taken. It's super thorough. It's written by a physician. It's contributed by myself and 2 other awesome medical fitness providers, Mark Kelly and Dan Ritchie. And we're super excited about it. So we're going to be doing this every single week. I encourage you guys to tune in, take a look at this slide afterwards, and go warm up your nervous system. Like, try this stuff out on yourself. Go through this video and try it. You'll be amazed how alert and awake you are once you start warming up your body like this. So I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you for being here, and let's do this.